What's up, everybody? Today we're going to learn how to back up our iPhones and iPads. Let's talk about that. Alright everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about backups. For iPads and iPhones, the process is almost exactly the same. I'm going to be using an iPad today just because it's going to be easier to look at. But if you have an iPhone or any other iDevice that you're looking to back up, it should be pretty much the same. So before we get going, let's talk about why you should have a good backup. Most people just think about the backups when they're getting a brand new phone or when they have a problem with their phone or iDevice. You should be backing up a little bit more regularly than that. Let's say you're going on vacation or you just got back from vacation. Boom, good time to back up. Haven't done a backup in a really long time. Probably a good time to do a backup. Going to be going out and doing something, where you might have a situation where you could drop your phone or your iPad or lose it. Good time to back up before that as well. Basically, if you're doing anything where you think your data might be compromised or you might lose your device, you should have a backup before you get into it. So you're going to want to make sure you have the right cable before you get started. iPhones typically have the Lightning cable on one side and a former USB on one side. The iPads, or the newer iPad Pros anyway, have all sorts of different cables. Mine has USB-C on both sides. If you have a MacBook, an iPad Air, it might be different. So you're going to want to make sure you have the right cable before you get started, or else you won't be able to get started. So now that you've got your cable ready to rock and roll and your iPad ready for backup and you've got your computer all turned on, the first thing you're going to want to do is get an idea for how big your backup is going to be. So from your home screen, swipe down, type settings, you'll see it pop up. This will be the same for the iPhone. It'll just be oriented slightly differently. And what you're going to want to do is pull down on the menu and click into the search and type storage. You'll see storage pop up under general. Click on it and it's going to show you how much storage you're using. Currently right now I'm using 30.5 gigabytes and I know that my computer has plenty of space to back that up. What you can also do is you can look through what's using lots of storage on your iPad. So let's say you got something that you don't need that's using a bunch of space. You can select it and delete the app. And that will delete the data that goes along with it, freeing up space on your iPad, and your backup will be smaller thereafter. Be careful what you delete, because if you don't have a backup, you can't get the stuff back once you delete it. So now that you've prepared your iPad, you've checked to make sure that you've got enough storage, and you've also freed up a bit of storage on your iPad, now comes the fun part. Grab your cable and plug it into your computer. Now that you've plugged in your iPad to the computer, you'll be prompted to allow your computer to talk to the iPad. Click Trust. You're going to have to go ahead and type your code. So on your computer, the first thing you're going to want to do is open Finder. When you open Finder on the left-hand side, you'll see your device listed under Locations. Go ahead and click on the device. It's going to ask you, do you trust this device? Go ahead and click Trust. And it'll take a couple seconds to do a quick scan of the device. In the middle of the screen, you're going to see a few different options for backup. We're going to go ahead and select the second one. That's going to back up the iPad to your local computer. We're not going to do any encryption right now, but you could. If you have some sensitive data on your device and you want to make sure no one ever can restore this without your permission, you can go ahead and click Encrypt this backup and it'll prompt you for a password. You can specify the password then. You won't be able to use this backup without that password. We're not going to do that right now. But what we're going to do is click Backup Now. So this is going to take a little while. What the computer is doing is making a single file that will have all the data that's stored on your iPad on your computer so that if anything happens to your device, you can restore it. You'll know the backup is in progress by the spinning wheel on the top. That'll go away as soon as it's done, and it'll also say not charging. Once the backup of your device is completed, you'll see on the screen in Finder, last backup to this Mac, and it'll have today's date. To further confirm, you can click Manage Backups. It'll show you the list of all the backups for all the devices you've backed up to this computer. You could also do things like manage them. So if you want to get rid of a backup, you can go ahead and click on a backup date to get rid of, and click Delete Backup. If you should happen to have several backups listed here and you're not sure which one is for which device, you can hover the mouse over a specific backup and it'll give you all the information about that backup. The name of the device, the type of device it was, and the serial number, so you can match them up accordingly when you're going to restore. But your backup is now complete. So thanks for hanging out with me today and learning how to back up your device. Having a regular backup routine is so important. I know plenty of people that have had their phones wiped, lost a device, whatever it might be, and memories and photos and videos are just gone. There's nothing you can do about it if you don't have a good backup routine. So get in the habit of backing up your device regularly, and thank you so much for stopping by my channel today. If you have an idea for a video you'd like me to make, or if you have a tip to make this process better, please let me know in the comments below. If you liked the video, hit that thumbs up button. The thumbs down works as well. And as always, I'd greatly appreciate a subscription. Peace.